Welcome back to my channel. Everything is within the law of averages. Welcome back to my channel where I do my best to make the delivery work as easy as possible out there with DoorDash, GrubHub, Walmart, Sparks, or whatever delivery services you do out there. Everything is working within the law of averages. Okay, I want you to think about that for 1 second. What is the law of averages? Okay, I know that if I work 8 hours and I have a timer that I'm timing myself, I know that I'm in the law of averages. That basically means that I'm harvesting my market. I'm not working 10 hours, I'm not working 12 hours. I'm conscious of how many hours I'm putting in my market. It's a psychological thing. I psychologically know in my mind that I am working 8 hours today. I have a timer. I picked up my first delivery. I start my timer. I'm working my hours. I consider my hours a container of 8 hours. So that I am now working my deliveries and I'm sitting here, okay, basically staying within my container of hours. I have 3 apps running right now, okay? I don't go just driving around and burning more gas or putting more wear and tear on my car. No, you have to bring a psychological edge to how you do these apps. Remember, the apps don't care about how much wear and tear you put on the car. They don't care about how you go about the day working. That's your job. You have to be your own boss. You have to have a structure, a system, a process to get through each and every single day to arrive at the end of the week of how much you've made. And these are just things that I've done for 7 years. And if you like the content in this channel, feel free to give me 2 thumbs up. I really appreciate it. But this is raw. This is raw data, raw numbers, okay? Where you have to come out here and really work a system. You have to know what that system is. You have to work it each day. And you have to adjust accordingly until the system becomes second nature. Now, the system will be different for everyone, okay? I mean, I don't know what your situation is. I don't know if you have 2 kids, 1 kid. I don't know if you're a college student. I don't know. I can only tell you what I do for myself, okay? And when I work my system, when I know what hours I have, what time I start, obviously, you see that I run a timer, okay? So psychologically, I'm in the zone. This has been so pivotal in reducing my stress because I'm not working for the money, I'm working for the time. Since the money fluctuates so much per hour, I can't predict what the next hour is going to be like. But I can predict how much time I can put in. And if you look at the correlation between the time and the money, this takes care of itself. So I put that to the side. I focus on this, the time. How many hours am I working? How much time am I putting in? What time do I start? What time do I end? I'm very meticulous with that. And when you have those numbers, you have a gauge. You could say to yourself, okay, now I know how many hours it takes for me to reach this amount of money. You look at your expenses, you figure out how much money you need for your expenses, okay? How much money you need for the day, for the week, how much money you need for gas, for food. And then once you really get that down, then you know what to shoot for. You know what you got to hit. Because you have your own number, okay? That's what it is. And right now you're here with me live and you can see it for yourself. You see how these are coming through right now? Decline, decline. I seriously am a very immense cherry picker. okay? I have a very low acceptance rate on DoorDash, okay? I have a very low acceptance rate on Walmart Sparks and GrubHub. Why? Because I don't take everything. It'll burn me out. I'm in this for the long haul. To be in this for the long haul, you have to have a system. The numbers are there. The money is there. You first start with time. How much time do you have to put in each day to work? Is it 4 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours? That's your container. How many times can you do that per week? What are you looking to make? How much are you looking to make? Now you take this data and you time test it in your neighborhood to figure out how much you have to make to basically cover your expenses for the week. Okay? Now I've gotten to the point, thank God, in 7 years that my system works for me. I know how much I have to make. I know how many hours I have to put in. I know what stores work very well for me. I know what stores to avoid. See, like something like this, $4 for 6.5 miles, instant decline. Boom. Okay, my acceptance rate is at 9%. But then again, I don't live by those numbers. I have my own. When I don't accept or when I don't play their game, I make more money. It's just common sense. I just make more money. Okay? Remember, they don't care about you because that's why they have that built that way. Now, I'm not trying to bash anyone that believes in silver, gold, platinum. Hey, look, if that works for you and you want to do it that way and you found your own rhythm, then stick with it. I do me. I'm showing you that there is money outside that reality. I mean, look at me. I'm not moving, yes, but I have the law of averages on my side. I basically work the time. I put in 35 to 40 hours a week. I cover my expenses for my household. I save money for my future. I save money for my medical benefits. I put stuff on the side. I found my number. And that's what you need to do. So if you're struggling out there, especially now with inflation and the way things are, you just got to break this down to a system. Start with how many hours you want to work. You got to multi-app. If you're only relying on one app, you're going to starve, okay? So you need volume. DoorDash has the highest volume. Second would be GrubHub, or not, for me, third is GrubHub, and second is Walmart Sparks. You need the volume to delete the garbage to find the good ones. That's why the volume is there, okay? You need to have that volume. Once you have that volume, once you know you can work the numbers the way you have to work them, then the law of averages kicks in. And at the end of the week, you look at your numbers and you can predictably gauge. You say, maybe 30 hours a week is not enough. Let me see if I can try to push it for 35. Or maybe 40 is too much. Let me see if I can say between 36 and 37. Now you gauge your numbers according to what works for you. I hope you got some good advice out of this. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in my comments section. And I will always drop as much kernels out here as possible for you that help you to succeed in the gig economy. Have a great day.